Did you call bank? I call game.
Video was made possible and sponsored by MMOCS. Buy cheap NBA 2K MT at MMOCS.com. Use my promo code PACG and you can get a 5% discount. What's up, Pack Nation? It is Pack here, and today I am talking about players who are not loyal. These are the type of people that Beyonce hates, man. These snakes of the NBA, I'm going to say, who are the 5 worst snakes of the NBA according to NBA 2K19. Now, again, this is 2K's opinion, not my opinion. If it was me, I would have picked Kevin Durant, Kawhi, other players, but they're not even in this list because 2K is dumb. That's my opinion. So, before this video starts, a reminder that I'm doing my giveaway. 2 giveaways. Someone can win DISLOYAL.com pack merch, or they can win NBA 2K19 for free / 200,000 VC for free. They would pick which one they would want. There's gonna be 2 winners for this giveaway, and the giveaway ends when I reach 100,000 subscribers. So if you want to win this, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter, and then tweet at me done. Also, follow me on Instagram. You do these things, I'll put you in a randomizer, and you could win one of those things. Now, let's get this video started with the 5th most unloyal player in the NBA, Paul Millsap. Of course, who doesn't know that cheater Paul Millsap? No, what? I don't know anything about Paul Millsap. I don't know why he's on this list. I don't know why he has 14 loyalty in NBA 2K19 out of 99. So, he was drafted by the Utah Jazz, and he played for them, and he was very good for the Utah Jazz. But here's the thing. Paul Millsap realized, man, this team is starting to get a little worse, and they're probably going rebuild mode. I should probably dip. I want to play for a good team. So he signs with the Atlanta Hawks and makes them one of the best teams in the NBA, becomes an all-star, and then realizes, wait, I think this team I'm playing for, they're also going to start rebuilding. So he dips again, and then now he's playing for the Denver Nuggets, and guess what? He's making them a good team again, making them the #1 team in the West. This guy has the talent of making a team really good, realizing they're about to suck, and then dips. That's not unloyal. I call that smart. But you know what? That's what 2K believes. The next player is Paul George. 5 overall loyalty. Out of 99, he has a 5. Don't let this guy around your girlfriend. Apparently, he's super unloyal. Now, Paul George was drafted by the Pacers and played for them for most of his career, helped them become one of the best teams in the NBA, and consistently and constantly was one of the best Pacers in history. He balled out every single year, led them every single year, and was always trying to get them to the playoffs and always succeeding. But as soon as Paul George was starting to realize, hey, I can't beat LeBron James, it's kind of a problem, he was like, you know what? I want to be traded to my home. I want to go to the Lakers. That was like the big rumor going on, and he basically announced it to the entire world. So the Pacers were like, instead of losing him and getting nothing out of Paul George, let's trade him and get something back out of him. So they trade him to the Thunder for Oladipo, and we all know how that worked out. Oladipo balls out and is now helping the Pacers out even more. But then Paul George goes to OKC, and he's like, you know what? I kind of like Brody. So he stays at OKC and basically signs with them for 4 years, and now is chilling with the Thunder and doing pretty good. And the hilarious part is the guy that he couldn't escape, LeBron James, ends up going to the Lakers. LeBron's beating Paul George in so many different ways, it's kind of funny. So he's like half loyal and half not loyal. I think he should be a 50 loyalty. 5's kind of ridiculous. Yes, he was unloyal to the Pacers, but now he's loyal to OKC, so it's like, you know, it's 50-50. The next player with a 0 loyalty is Wesley Matthews. Dude, Wesley, why do you have a 0? So I had to do some research for Wesley Matthews because I was really confused as to why he has a 0 loyalty. And I kind of figured out, but I still don't really agree with a 0 overall. So Wesley Matthews joins the Utah Jazz as an undrafted free agent, okay? And he plays 1 season with them, does pretty good, and the Jazz are like, we want to keep you, but the Blazers want you even more, and they're offering a lot more money. We ain't got that kind of money. So Wesley Matthews was like, deuces, I'm gonna take the money, and goes to the Blazers. He balls out with the Blazers. He helps rejuvenate the Blazers franchise with Dame Dollar and Nicholas Batum. And guess what? They start doing really good, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, the Mavs are offering me even more money? Deuces, and he leaves again because you know what? When you go undrafted, it's all about the paper at the end of the day, right? But I don't think that's enough for him to get a 0. I think the only thing that's weird about this player is that he would do really good with teams and then leave. That's weird to me. At number 2 on this list, it is the best player in the NBA, Michael Beasley, the walking bucket, who still doesn't have his cornrows, and it's so annoying. That's not the point of this video. Zero loyalty. Like, dude, how? So, I need to take a deep breath for this one because this is going to be a really long explanation, okay? Okay, so Michael Beasley signs with the Heat. He gets traded to the Timberwolves. Then he's like, nah, I don't like the Timberwolves. So he leaves to the Suns. And then the Suns are like, we don't really like you. So they waive him. So he's like, man, I got to go back to Miami. So he goes to Miami, signs with Miami. And then he's like, no. I'm going to sign with the Grizzlies. And then the Grizzlies are like, no, we're going to waive you because we don't like you. The same day. And so he's like, well, then I'm going to China. And then he goes to China, and then he's like, nah, I kind of miss Miami. So he gets a 10-day contract with Miami. And then he's like, you know what? Nah, I kind of want to go back to China. So he goes back to China, and then he's like, I kind of miss the NBA. So then now he's like, I'm going to go to the Rockets. So he goes to the Rockets, but then he gets traded to the Bucks. And then he's like, I don't like Milwaukee. So he signs with the Knicks. And then he's like, I'm doing so good in New York. This is awesome. Anyways, and he signs with the Lakers. Michael Beasley, decide. You know what? Loyalty 0 is too nice. He should have like a negative 99. That's how bad he is. Jeez. And finally, at number 1, the most unloyal player in the NBA, Carmelo Anthony, my boy. 0 loyalty as expected for my boy Melo. So let me explain Carmelo Anthony's history of why they believe he is the most unloyal player in the NBA, even though it's Kevin Durant and Kawhi. So, Carmelo Anthony gets drafted by the Nuggets and balls out for them on the Nuggets, constantly getting them into the playoffs. They were looking like a promising team for a long time. But then he's like, yeah, I hate this place. And he hated the coach, so he's like, I don't want to be here anymore. So he begs to be traded, and he gets traded to the New York Knicks. Does amazing with the Knicks, even gets a vote for MVP by a person. That's how good he was doing with the Knicks. And then the Knicks started doing not so good. So basically New York was like, hey, we suck and it's your fault, so we're going to kick you out. So they kicked him out and they proceeded to suck. Then Carmelo signs with OKC. He's like, hey, you know, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, this could work out. But they start losing a lot, and that's not a good sign. So they kick him out again because they're like, this is probably your fault. So they kick Melo out of OKC. And then the Rockets sign him, and then the Rockets have an awful start to the season, and they're like, this is all your fault. So they kick Melo out again, and then they continue to suck. So Carmelo Anthony is the excuses. It's like when a team doesn't want to accept that they're bad, they blame Melo, and it works out for them, I think. So that is why Carmelo Anthony is unloyal. But what do you guys think about 2K? Do you agree with this list? Leave it in the comments below, and if you like my channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.
Did you call bank?